Welcome back to Subway Builder, everyone. We are on this custom map of the city of Rotterdam and Den Haag, or The Hague. And we were just planning our metro connection, because we have what is in-game a metro connection already, but these are actually just the train stations in real life. And we now want to build this metro connection over here. The problem now is that this costs over $1 billion, 1.2 billion. I left the game running for a while, so as we are making a profit, but we are still not even at 1 billion. But there is a thing we can do in game, and that is take a loan. So I think it will be worthwhile to take a loan of 500 million so that we can build our line. So that's what I did. And and I've also increased the ticket price, by the way, a little bit. You see that we are making a decent profit. And now we have enough to actually build all of this. So let me slow the game down a little bit. And we will build our blueprints, which consists mostly of tracks, both at grade, so around ground level, also elevated and underground, and the same for the stations. And stations are the most expensive. But let's build this, and now we have all these beautiful stations over here, and we can either extend this metro line A or create a new line. And I think what I will do is I will put a plus over here. I'm not sure what the exact difference is. It's automatically called a D for some reason. I like it. And we can have, well, we can, first of all, we can start over here in Den Haag Centraal. And then we can follow this newly built metro line. And then we'll see if we go further south than Rotterdam Centraal, or if we leave it at this. But I think it might be good to keep them separate, at least for now. And then later we can extend this further south. So for now, here is where we deviate from real life. In real life, the metro line continues in this direction, but we wanted to go to this Rotterdam Hague airport. So we took a small detour, past the zoo, Blijdorp, and then we finish here at Rotterdam Centraal Metro. And maybe, because this is a quad metro station, maybe, let's confirm this for now, maybe we should actually go into these outer stations over here, because the other line, the A line, the A line goes in the middle platforms. So let's see if we can do that. So we will build a few more tracks, just single tracks of light metro. I think we're at -4, -5. Let me check. Wait. We are at -5. So let's build these single tracks and connect to this outer edge, and then the other way around. I don't know why this does not work. Tracks must be either the same elevation or have at least 4-meter clearance. Maybe because we were moving below ground, so let's try that. Wait, alright, we need something else here. There's a way to see the track elevation. And let's get rid of the roots. So the elevation is in the yellow-orange. So how do we go from here? It starts at -5 to here. There's a 0.8 meter elevation gap. Now there's a 0.3 meter elevation gap. And now there's almost no elevation gap. I'm not sure why this doesn't work. Too steep? Too sharp? Okay, this is quite difficult. Elevation gap. Right. We do it like this then. We go -9. And then we move over here. Too sharp. We go -7. -9. -10. Alright, I give up. Never mind, guys. We will move to this outer station, and then there is a way to go back. Maybe we should continue anyway. Maybe we should keep going in this direction. Let's try that. So after Blijdorp station, and now let's show the routes again. Yeah, after Blijdorp station, we go to Rotterdam Centraal. We do go on this outer side. That does not work. Alright, we go on the inner side anyway then. On this side. And maybe we should go back and forth and extend south. But yeah, no, I've changed my mind. We ended here, and then we move to the south line. Okay, this is it. Let's confirm changes, and let's add some trains. So 24 minutes every 18 minutes there's a train, and every hour during the night, and we need more trains, so let's buy a few more. We need even more. Let's do that. I think every 14 minutes, that's even better. There will be a train. Right now it's evening, but we can see already that I saw a train somewhere. Yeah, here there are some trains. And they are passing through the station. Let me speed things up and go through the night. And we see now that here there are also people being carried. The A line has low capacity. We could add more. And the D line also, it says. Yeah, it's after 8 o'clock. There are a lot of people waiting. Let me check where these people want to go. A lot of them want to go to, I guess they want to go home over here. People, these are college students, college commuters. They work over here for some reason, and they want to go here. And then we have a lot of people that want to go there and there. So yes, a lot of people that want to travel to Den Haag. And they can now use our newly built metro system. Now in the night there are not so many trains and there are a lot of people waiting. So I think we can also increase the number of trains we have in the night. So now there's less than one per hour. Now there are almost 2 trains an hour, which should help things out because it's night and there are a lot of people waiting to go to Den Haag over here. Where are the trains? There was a train, but it doesn't have enough capacity, it seems. Or the people are waiting for the metro. So yeah, we can increase the capacity of this newly built metro line D. Let's do that. We have 4 cars per train now. Much more capacity. Let me check again where all these people want to go. Oh, there's actually, these stations are grouped automatically. We have the train station and the metro station. That's nice. Good to see that this is possible. But I want to know where the people want to move to. So now it's rush hour almost. Let's check for maybe the metro. Yes, here there are a lot of people that want to go between this part and Den Haag. Yes, so this is a very popular station over here. There are also people waiting there. No, no passengers. Okay, they just got taken away. But we see the people moving in over here. So now we have one line that goes back and forth over here, and one line that goes between the central station and Den Haag. And we need to see if we want to have one line that also goes all the way. I think it could be worthwhile to add yet a third line that does exactly that. So let's add a third line. I don't like this number 8. We'll call this the E line. And it will go all the way, but at a much lower frequency. So it will visit all these stations. We can keep the game running while we do that. It will visit all these stations. Over here it will take, yeah, we have to take the middle again. Maybe off camera I can see if I can get this part to work. So it will go over here and back. And then it will go through these stations, these stations. Let's keep the game running. These stations over here. And we visit all the stations. So I'm not sure if this makes the most sense. I think in real life it's more that you have one line that does all of this. And let's end over here. And one line that only goes in Rotterdam. But we will reduce the frequency here. Just one train an hour that does all of this. And during the night, every 1.5 hours. We need to buy a few more trains to do this. Alright, that's it. So, should have a lot of capacity now. And all the other lines, of course, are also increasing in capacity this way. So that's the advantage. Let's get rid of these track elevations. We just want tracks. And so our loan is 491. One disadvantage of this loan is of course you need to pay interest, 4% daily interest. And we see somewhere in the chart, yeah, here we can see that we have bond payments in our expenses. So we are losing a bit of money because of that. But I think I will not worry about paying back this loan. It will happen automatically. And I will not care about the interest too much. What I want to do next is work on this track over here. So this track has been standing out for a while now, And I think it would be good to extend this metro line because there is a lot of demand over here, and now with our loan we have quite some money that we can use for that. So what I will do is I will check where the stations are in real life, and just like last time we might deviate from that given this huge residential demand in these places and also some worker demand. So we'll see if we can link up everything, and maybe we will go to this train station as well, um, and we'll see how much we want to stick to the real life metro network of this west-east line and how much we want to deviate from it. But I think this would be good as a next project, and we can hopefully with this amount of money from our loan we can at least go to over this section, maybe even towards this general direction over here. So we'll see how that goes. First let me off camera put down the locations where stations are in real life. Alright, I have added some stations, at least locations where the stations are in real life. You see that in real life there's a line that goes to the west here, to this train station over here, and then it splits into two lines, one going south towards this village, where I believe there's also some, yeah, towards this village over here. There's also quite some residential demand. And another one moves, let's see, moves towards the west in this direction, where we also see lots of residential demands at the places of the actual train stations. So I think we will, for now, because the budget is not that large, we will just move over here, and we will see if we want to follow these actual real life stations or not. I think it would be good to go in this direction because here are some residential areas and worker areas that might be a bit too far if we would move the stations up north. So I think this is still a good location for a real life station. Let's do that. So we build our track. We build a light metro station. I think -5 is fine. Let me double check what is the track depth of this station. It is -9 actually. So I think we can move up here towards -5. And then build this station over here. And then let me check the name of this station in real life. So yeah, this station is called Koolhaven. So this is the same as in real life. We can connect it, and then we can move in this direction. Let's check the demand. I think all of this makes sense. We keep these stations as they are in real life, except for here. There's no station in real life over here, so maybe that one should be different. So let's see if we can do it in a better way. I think this we can keep, and maybe we should skip the station and move it a little bit more to the west side. I think that would be a good idea. So let's try that, but this one we will keep. Except that there is a building over here that is quite difficult to avoid. So we might need to go -10 elevation. So let's first go -9 again. We go across the water over here. And then I think there's no, well, we might go between these buildings. No, there's no way to do that. So then we need to go -10. And we'll have our station over here at -10. And this one is called Delfshaven. It's a little more to the west than in real life, but only a few meters. So we move to -10 depth to not have to destroy this building. And then we can move to -9 again. So this one I said I would move a bit more to the west. Yeah, because this demand is all covered by this station. So I think it makes sense to just put a station right smack somewhere in the middle over here, or even go this way. Yeah, I think that's even better, because then we also cover some of this. So this demand is not covered, but I think we might have a separate line there in the future, or maybe tram or bus or whatever. So let's build a station over here. Or actually, maybe even over here. At -9? Well, maybe we can go to -5. You don't need to move that deep underground. There are no buildings to avoid. And the name of this station in real life is Marconiplein. This one does not exist in real life. So I think we'll keep it as this the name that was automatically generated. Maybe, yeah, this is a really small street. Maybe we'll call it Franselaan, which is the name of this street. Like this. And then we need to connect this. So it's at -5. So let's move to -5 depth. Move into the Franselaan. And right into the station. And then I think we can connect to a metro station over here that is just attached to this train station. For some reason there's almost no demand at this train station. Weird. Also no worker demand. So maybe this train station should have been moved a bit more to the left, but it's fine. We can let passengers transfer there. So let's delete this track and have a train station at -5, that's fine. Right next to this one. Like so. We will have some issues over here, because this railway line is a bit close to that building. So maybe the train station, sorry, the metro station can be over here, and hopefully that's still close enough to the train station. Before I rename it, let's move in this direction. Let's see if it can be connected without destroying any buildings. That's always the challenge here. So far so good. We have to cross the water somewhere. Might as well do it here. And then like this. Yes, that works. So we call this station, just like we did with Rotterdam and Den Haag, we call this Schiedam Centrum Metro. Now let's check our budget. So all of this costs 495, exactly what we have. So we cannot go further. Unfortunately, I will have to destroy all of these. But we know that we could have two lines, just like in real life. Two lines, one going south towards this village. But I think it makes more sense to have one separate line going south over here and then to the village, because there's nothing over here. And one line that goes west in this direction and follows this road over here. So that's what we'll do, and if necessary I can add these placeholder stations again. But yeah, we are out of budget, so we need to stop this line over there. This one goes all the way to the coast, by the way, to the sea. It's a really long line in real life. We'll see if it makes sense on this map also. Now, something happened over here. Did I remove it accidentally? No. So apparently I forgot to connect these or something weird happened. Let's remove this. So how do we connect this up? This station is at -10, but I think we might be able to squeeze in between all of these buildings. Well, that will be a real challenge actually. It is possible. We move very slowly, but it is possible. So then we are at -5, which is much cheaper than -10 at least. Only from -2 is it even cheaper, but then we cannot cross roads. So we stick to -5. And this one is, I think, is also -5, so we just connect this up. Not the prettiest, but it works, and we managed to avoid this large building over here. Wasn't there a station there? No, I moved it, right? Yeah, we have that station instead. Alright, this line is finished. We only need to add a crossover over here. And then, let's see if those stations are grouped also. Yes, they are grouped. Just out of curiosity, let's see if these stations are grouped. No, these are just a little too far apart from each other. That's a real shame. Maybe I can fix it in the future. But for now, let's build everything. For 386, we build it, and we can extend our west-east line, this one. So we added the route. We add all these stations. It goes further west than the hospital. And for now it ends at this train station over here. In the future we could go further west. But for now we end it here. Let's confirm. We need a lot more capacity now to have a 9-minute frequency service. And we need some more trains. So we have during the night 3 trains an hour, 1.6 trains an hour during the night is fine, 38 minutes frequency. Alright, this is it. And then we have our new metro line, or extended metro line, I should say. So we've spent quite some time on this Rotterdam metro area. We could move further towards these other outer areas of the city and suburbs, or in this direction. But I think what we'll do next time is either build something in Den Haag, because we only have basically only this, but there are a lot of train stations and trams and extended metros in this area, and also a light rail system. There's a light rail system that goes in this direction over here. I think that would be nice to add. So we'll see what we do next time. But for now, thank you for watching and watching this transportation network grow, and I hope to see you in the next